Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for an inspired by Pinterest. I found these super cute, I mean it's all super cute, but Christmas trees here, and she has turned them into tags, like to hang on packages, which is a fabulous idea. But you could also use them either like as a tag for in your journal or as a decorative piece for your journal. You know, or on top of a tag, whatever, something like that. And this one was posted by Shannon Neely, and they're just so cute. So I'm like, I need to make those. Need to make some of those because I think they would be cute in a Christmas journal using my new kit, my new Christmas kit. What did I call it? Rustic Christmas. So that's what we're going to do. I have made myself a little template out of, I think this was 4 pieces of book page, so that it's, you know, nice and thick and stiff, so when you trace around it, it doesn't bend or, you know, get messed up. So I did that with a, I can't find it now. Oh, it's over here. Hold on a second. I didn't have a stencil of that, but I used this, and this one was quite big, so I just made it a little bit smaller. Another way that you can do it, it is a little bit tricky, is to take your cutter. Let me get a piece of paper here. Where did I set my cutter? And you would want at least 2 pieces of book page together. So that's what I found works the best, is 2 pieces glued together. And then what I think is a good way to do it, obviously you can make a square and cut the square in half, but you're going to get like that long type of triangle. Yeesh. So if you want one that's like taller rather than wider, you got to do it a different way. So anyways, I'm just going to use a single piece just to show you what I do. So I figured out if you cut it like about 3.5 by 3.5 roughly, and I'm not going to stress about where it is because I'm just giving you an example. I would try to just get words in the center. That's the best way to get that. You know, so that there's no plain edges. So then 3.5, half of that is 1 3/4, right? So I just put a dot at the middle, just so you know where the middle is, easier. You could do a little fold. And then you put your cutter, you put the dot right at the edge where the blade's gonna go. And then you also do your bottom corner down here. Hope you guys can see the bottom tip corner right on the blade edge as well. And then cut it and turn it around and do the same thing. So put it where the dot is, and then right at the corner of the page. Sorry, somebody's doing yard work and I wasn't even thinking when I started. So again at the dot and then right at the corner, and you get, you know, a nice triangle. That one's a little big, so maybe go 3 by 3. 3 by 3 would probably be the best. A 3 by 3 square, and then do what I just showed you, and you get a nice triangle. If you cut yours and you're like, oh, it's too big, just put it in again and try to make as even as a slice off the side over here as you can. It's a little tricky, but it's not that hard, and that'll make it smaller, you know. So then you can make it whatever size you want. You can make them big, you can make them small. Yeah. But it's a lot easier if you're going to make a bunch of them to make yourself a template gluing a bunch of the pages together so that you can easily take it and trace it and then cut. It's just way faster than trying to do that a million times. So I'm going to take my Sharpie, and I have some math looking paper here. So how are you guys? Sorry, I just jumped right on into that, but I just am very excited. Those are so cute. And I think they're fun. So what I do is I draw this, just the two sides. I don't do the bottom because I like the bottom torn. Because I figured out, I made one, and I was looking at it, and see, these are torn edges. This is a cut edge. I like the torn edges better. So that's how I'm doing it. You can choose to just cut it out entirely and not mess with that. But I want to cut it, or tear it. Yeah, I just thought these were too cute. I thought they would be so cute in that journal, but also I really do like the idea of using them on packages, because as I've told you guys, if you've been with me for a while, I usually wrap my packages in just craft, like painter's masking paper, and then I usually do something decorative like these, or I've done snowflakes in the past, or whatever. So that's just what I like to do with my packages at Christmas. I feel like that craft paper is a little easier to be, you know, broken down in the landfills, and not, some of them almost are plasticky, and I don't know, all that shiny stuff. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but I just think it would break down easier. So then I have one out of the numbers, and I'm going to do some out of book page. And sorry if there's, I don't think there's any bad words on this one. I tried to look so that hopefully I wouldn't end up with anything bad on my Christmas tree here. But these are just glue pages that I've had, some of them. I'll put this one in the middle so that hopefully it's fine. I'm so sorry about the leaf blower there. I thought maybe they would be done by now, but of course not. Silly me. I need to say hugs and blessings to Mary, Sandy, June, and Celeste. Thank you guys. I have more than one Celeste, so thank you. Hugs and blessings to all of you. And welcome to new subscribers, and welcome back to those of you that have watched me for, or been with me for a long time, short time, whatever the time. I thank you. I'm just trying to rip a tiny bit off of this because I like the ripped the best. Because we're going to ink it, and it will... Sorry, I got that really close to that fold, and it doesn't want to tear, of course. You could also cut it with some deckled edge scissors would be another way to get a nice jagged edge, because Christmas trees are not cut straight across, so I didn't want mine straight across. I could have done this ahead, but then you guys don't get to see all the steps, so I didn't. Did I glue this one? No, I did not. Did not even glue this one. Some music page. So what are you guys up to? Anything fun? Have you started anything Christmassy? I know, it's insane, and I really don't even want to. I'm really pushing myself to at least make one Christmas journal. Ugh. I always struggle. Some years I'm a little bit more with it. For some reason I am just having a struggle bus this year. And as I've told you guys, it's just an overwhelming thing. And there's just other stuff right now I kind of feel like making. So I guess that's part of it. I'm just not ready for it to be that time of the year again. But then I probably never really am. I don't know, I feel like I was better last year. Like it wasn't so daunting. But then I have the years where I'm just, nope. I'm gonna actually start from here because I can see where I stopped a little bit better. Some paper is much easier to tear. Usually older paper is quite easy to tear. So then what I'm going to do is you put them together, and they're so cute, right? And then you just need like a craft piece of paper to make the trunk, I'm using Evergreen Bough to do this part. She put glitter, that's right, and I just didn't feel like doing glitter, but you definitely could. She put like a line like that and then put glitter. Super cute. Just wasn't feeling the glitter. Don't know why. I guess I don't need to do the whole top, huh? Because you're not gonna see it. Oh, yeah, this is the side. Oh, did that one. What am I doing? Help me. Help me, y'all. All right. Then you glue them together. I mean, it doesn't get any easier. You could cut off part of the top, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna glue it. It's fine. It's not that thick. And if you want it as a tag, you could back the whole back of it so that you're not seeing any of the paper, and then just trim around it, you know. Or you could back them first and then cut, and it would be a little bit better probably. I feel like that's crooked. Oh, it's very, very wacky. Very wacky. And this is a statistic book, and I don't have the cover of it anymore. I don't know what I did. I must have made something out of it. And I don't have a ton of the pages either. Oops, we'll need to scoot it. I always feel like the one on the bottom's a lot smaller, and it's not because you saw me trace it, but I think it's just something about that. Stacking them like that. You probably could make the one on the bottom bigger. It definitely looks smaller than the top one. I could even come in here and... I know I'll have to ink it again. I think it's an illusion, like a trick of the eye kind of a thing, because you stacked them up, but you could make the top one a little smaller if you wanted to. Okay, and then we need one of these. I think mine are a little further apart. It's all just whatever. It's all handmade. So it is not going to be perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I got vintage photo for the trunk there. You really don't need a piece this big, but that's all right. But the birds are just having a happy old day out there. It's actually really nice out. It's fairly cool and sunny. Fabulous. All right, and then the fun part is you can, where did I put, oh, right here. Like go around the edge with some gold. Like I said, she did the glitter. I like this gold. Maybe do some dots and some lines and whatever floats your boat. And then I have a stencil, an old stencil with a star. It's the same set as I just showed you for the kite to give me the triangle. Do some little twirlies and whirlies. Oh, I don't know why sometimes my brain doesn't want to do that one. It's really not that hard. Okay. And then down here we could just do dots. I did dots on the last one. I mean, you can do them a million different ways, you know, whatever you feel like doing. You don't have to do what I'm doing. The glitter idea would be a quick, you could just do your line of glue around and add some glitter and you would be done. You can see here I have this little star and I used stencil, wherefore out thou. This little star. Star to make a star. But I'm going to move on because I want to show you the other things that I thought of. But I would put a star in there or punch the hole so that you can hang it off of something. Okay, and then there's that one. And then I thought, what if you did corrugated cardboard and squished it? So let's do one of those. I'm going to use that same template that I used before. Let's squish the cardboard first. And this is that, it's in a roll of cardboard. One side has the backing paper and the other side is open. And I can't remember what they call it now. But anyway, it comes in a roll. I got it on Amazon. 2 rolls come together. And if you just take a bone folder and squish all the corrugations, it makes the corrugated cardboard obviously thinner, so it's not so bulky, unless you want to put it on a cover. But you could put it on a cover like this too. But it also just kind of looks cool. It makes it a lot softer and more malleable. It's just, I don't know, I like it. And you can squish it whatever direction you want. It gets kind of some neat texture to it. I even took it on the back and squished it some more so that it helps get that. It wants to roll back up. So this helps get rid of some of that and it squishes it further. Okay, and then I take my little doo-wah ditty here. Oh, it's a little small. That's okay because I do like the torn, messed up edge at the bottom. I think that looks pretty cool. So we're just gonna go for it and not worry about that. Hopefully I'll be able to get a couple on here. If I turn it this way, I'll have to tear that edge. But I should be able to get 3 that way, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. That one will be a little hard to tear, but that's okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to work on Christmas when everybody's mowing their lawn. But if you don't get anything done. That's the problem. So that's the problem with being a crafter. It's hard to do all the things right in the midst of present wrapping and gift buying and all of that. So it's a lot easier to cut too when it's already flattened. That is for sure. This one will probably be the bottom one because it's got lots of good torn edges. Okay, and you want to save those because like I can do another little star. I'll do a little bit bigger one for this because I don't know, it's a little bit bigger. This actually cuts out better with my little tiny scissors because it's not very big. So you could just go to town making cute Christmas trees in all different ways. You can, of course, make them out of digitals or scrapbook paper or stuff like that, too. I just like the neutral because then you can add things to it or whatever. It's nice to have some kind of neutral pieces as well. Man, those birds are just having a party. It's like the sun came out over there, and we have a bush that they all like to hang out in. And they're just jibber jabbering now. And I also use the evergreen bough for these ones. I go all over them a little bit more though. I didn't do a whole lot to this one, did I? Well, I'm gonna let it be. If you like yours less grungy though, you can, you know, cut the edge even. Now I have a green thumbnail. Is that anything like a green thumb? And I like the vintage photo on these ones too. Just to, you know, that rusticy kind of look. You could spritz them, you can splatter them, you can do all manner of things to these. To get a look you like. Husband's down in the garage, so he's probably opening the doors now that the sun is coming out nicely. I'm gonna paint that gold with some gold paint. Just a touch. I know, why did I do a star for this one? Well, I did it because it's in the corrugated cardboard, so I just wanted to show you guys. But this is what I would do for all of them. You got too much water on that. My goodness. How hard does it have to be? Try not to use 10 tons of paint, but I always end up doing that anyway. And if you do it kind of thin, it should dry pretty fast, but that is that. I'm going to set it right there. While we put this together, and I think I want that one in the middle. And I'm just using PVA glue. You can use Fabri-Tac or whatever the thing is you like. Lean's Tacky Glue. I kind of squish them together so that they'll flatten up even a little bit more. Again, you can cut off the extra if you don't want all of that, but I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. It gives you a good gluing base anyway, to make sure they stay together. Make sure that's how I want it. See, it's the illusion again. It looks smaller at the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to take our other trunk. Okay, I think I need to trim that a little again. I'm telling you, it gets me every time. And I don't really care if they're totally perfect, so I'm not stressing about, you know, did I make it perfect? Because I haven't seen a Christmas tree yet that's perfect, so even the fake ones have their crazy flaws. I needed that still. And then we're going to put our star up here. It's not dry, but we're gonna try. You would obviously let yours dry. And then we'll take some white paint, and I'm using paint rather than my Posca again because that's all rigidy. I mean, the Posca would probably still work, but I'm just showing you some different things you can do if you don't have Poscas or you don't have whatever. Just use some white acrylic. I'm using gesso, but it's, you know, it'll work the same for this. Cover up our ink so we don't end up with paint all over it. I'm trying to kind of tap light because if you hit it too hard, you get weird, like the first bit that I did, and I want it to have a little bit more of a snow look than a big splatters. Okay, that's good. And then we'll let that one dry. Set this aside. And I'll show you, I did one. This one's a little bit bigger. I used bigger triangles. But that's what it ends up looking like. And I thought it would be super cool if you wanted, you know, you can use it inside a journal too, but it would look cool on top of a journal somehow. So that's just a book I had, but anyhow, that's that one. And then I thought, guest checks. So let me wipe this off so that we don't get, I thought they might be kind of cool because they're a little bit green. The only problem is you're kind of wasting stuff, but I like to use bits and pieces of guest checks anyway. And maybe I'll go down here. Oh my goodness, what's it called? Collage, that's the word. Oh, I don't want to do it like that. I'm going to do it like this because otherwise Otherwise, I will have marks on the front, and I don't want marks on the front. But yeah, you can turn them, you're right on the back, turn them into two from little goodies. Or back them. Like these ones don't need to be backed. You can write on it. Poke it in a pocket, glue it down, and you can glue it at the top and the bottom and have it as kind of like a belly band. That would be cute. Cute, cute. You could just do one little triangle and have little, you know, like a smaller tree. Just put a little trunk down at the bottom. So yeah, there's a lot of things you could do. I'm just gonna tear this, I think. See, so this bottom piece that I tear off, I will use for something. I like to have those pieces like that. So I'm gonna put it in my scrap bin. And these won't have as much variation because you're using the same thing over and over again, you know what I mean? Whereas the first one was 3 different types of book page, music page, whatever. But I think that, oops, put it in the scrap bin. Put it in the scrap bin. I think they'll look kind of cool. And these ones are obviously coffee dyed. But you could do them out of the fresh ones too, like the brand new guest checks, if you have them. I know not everybody has them, but... and they would be more of a retro color way, because they're kind of that green that, to me, looks retro. So that could also be fun. You could put a little, like, picture of a kid or a pet, real or illustrated, you know, whatever, decorative something on them. They don't have to just be the plain trees. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I should just cut this one smaller, just because I know I will end up doing that. Oops. These would be cute with like little red dots on them or something, because especially if you use the brand new ones, because they do have that retro look. So that would be cute. I think I'm gonna use a piece of this as my trunk. Sorry. We're gonna have all the noises today. That was a big, huge RV. Wow, that was loud. That's an old one. They're going somewhere camping. It's probably the good time to go now that school has started and everything, if you're retired. We have this farmer's market stand. Oh, did I? I hope I did that right. Close by us. We went there today because we figured out they have the best apples. Oh my gosh, and they're gigantic. They're like that big. They're so good right now. I mean, they have lots of other stuff too, but yum. Oh. I love this time of the year because I love like apple cider and all the things. I need to make pumpkin bread too. That's another thing I need to do. That sounds wonderful. Now that it's cooled down a little bit. When it's hot, no thank you. I'm not cooking that in the house. But now that it's cooler, I used to do that all the time for my kids. Of course, when they were younger, now they're like, I don't know why we didn't like that, Mom, but when they were younger and going to elementary school and stuff, I would make them pumpkin bread or zucchini bread or whatever while they were at school, and then when they got home, they could have it as a snack. And then at first they liked it, and then they went through a phase where they didn't like it anymore. And it's like, well, I'm still making it because I like it. But yeah, you know, kids. Now they're like, oh my gosh, I would love to have some of that. Because you get older and you realize. I'm just going to do some. You could do like the traditional across like that, but I kind of like this look for this. Some dashes, just something so you kind of get that glittery, catch the glittery. This one I will do, and I would put a star on this one too. Some little red dots. You could do all different color dots if you wanted to. You could do all kinds of doodles on them. You could do this with jelly plate prints, would be cool. Truly endless ideas. I think I'll make one star for that one, and then I will be done. Before I stick the stuff in there. Doesn't really matter. I could just use my gold pen, huh? So basically what I'm saying is just have fun with it. I love these little embroidery scissors. They're the best for fussy cutting. That little curved blade makes the biggest difference when you're trying to get in little nooks and crannies. Sometimes it's annoying because you're like, I need to cut straight, but it's good for this type of stuff. Now it's quieted down a little bit. Love it when it's quiet. I might put glitter on these later, so I think I'll leave them the way they are as far as book page looking. With just the gold around the edge there. Where did I put that one back here? Give these two a star. So these two are quite similar, but I just wanted you to see you could make them out of all kinds of things. The star makes it, honestly. I feel like. All right. That is what I have for you today from Inspired by Pinterest. So the glitter is really cool. I might try something like that, but I just wanted to do something different. So I did. And corrugated cardboard, smooshed. All right, guys, I hope you give it a try. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll chat again soon. Love ya.